Good morning. Today's video is opening with a disclaimer. The camera will be facing the road as I drive along. The facts in this video are brought to you by the express opinions of the little orange men with green hair that like to sing songs about all of my bad decisions to help me learn a moral to my life. So I hope you enjoyed the first video in this series of you want to be an owner-operator. This one, part one, is why. So, you're thinking about becoming an owner-operator. Well, I want to ask you why. Why do you want to become an owner-operator? And I think it's a fair question. The answer could be a lot of things. Maybe it's because that's what all the cool kids are doing. Maybe you think you're going to make tons and tons of money. Maybe you think you're not going to have to answer to anybody anymore. Maybe you just want the freedom to make your own choices. Well, I can tell you this. All the cool kids are doing it, so there's that. But, if you think you're going to make tons and tons of money, well, you can. You can make lots and lots of money being an owner-operator. What a lot of people don't tell you is they don't tell you what they ended the year with. So I can look at you and say, I made $300,000 last year, which I almost did. I was only $5,000 short. And that's because my truck went in the shop. But what a lot of other people don't tell you is, okay, by the time you pay your taxes, you make your truck payments, you pay for your fuel, you pay for your health insurance, your truck insurance, your tags, your permits, breakdowns, maintenance, tires, cell phones, tablets, internet, Chrome, all this stuff. You didn't make anywhere near $300,000. So I think what I wound up paying on taxes after all was said and done last year, I made somewhere between $90,000 and $100,000. So, honestly, company drivers can make just as much as that without the headaches. So, you got to ask yourself, is this something you really want to do? The other thing is, well, I want to be my own boss. Okay, well, I get that. But no matter if you own your own truck or you drive somebody else's truck, you still have to answer to somebody. Okay? When I was a company driver, I had to answer to my terminal manager. Safety, dispatch, all that stuff. As I am now, I'm a lease driver. And though my dispatcher isn't my boss, we work together in a partnership, so both of us make money. And, we have to have a good line of communication. We have to deal with customers. We have to deal with receivers. We have to go with their demands. Still got a safety department. So, you're still having to deal with the same type of thing, whether you're an owner-operator or a company driver. The reason I decided I wanted to buy my own truck was I wanted more freedom to do what I wanted to do. Now, if that sounds good to you, then maybe you need to be an owner-operator. At least now, if I don't want to take a load somewhere, I don't have to go. I only have like one load that I think that I might have ever refused, and I think that was mostly because of my truck was going down. Didn't want to do it to begin with, but then my truck broke, so it was just fate. But usually I won't turn down a load just because, you know, if you're in a certain area and that's all they can find, then your next option is you're going to sit there for who knows how long till they find you another load. Or you deadhead home and you don't get paid for that. So, you know, I talked with my dispatcher when I hired on here, and I was like, okay, don't send me here, don't send me there. Okay, he's already sent me to one of the places, and that was last week. But he kind of asked me about it beforehand and talked to me about it beforehand because that was all he could find in the region where I did not have to sit and wait for a load. Because he was like, I do have this other load, but you just come out Wednesday. I don't want you to have to sit over the weekend. I'm like, all right, well, let's go do this. Let's go make some money. So, come down to, do I sit and make nothing, or do I go grab a load and make some money? Sorry, my phone was doing stupid things, so I had to cut it for a minute. But so there's a lot of things that you have to consider before coming an owner-operator. You know, as a company driver, you know, the company provides you with health insurance. You know, they may pull a little bit out for family or whatever, but you don't have to go searching for it. As an owner-operator, you have to go search for it. You have to pay the premiums. You know, you have to shop around, find the best deal, find the best insurance you can that you can afford. As a company driver, you don't have to worry about paying your taxes. As an owner-operator, you pay quarterly taxes. And I tell you what, sometimes it's hard to write a check for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 going to the U.S. government. But, you know, as a company driver, you don't see them doing that for you. You know, if you're a company driver, your truck breaks down, well, a lot of times they'll give you another truck, or they'll pay you some layover, whatever. As a owner-operator, you have no other trucks to go get into, and you're the one flipping the bill. You're the one off work. You're the one losing the revenue. So, and I know quite a bit about that. Just because it seems like every few months this truck goes in the shop. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. Sometimes it's more for stuff I just want to get done, and sometimes it's because something actually broke. The main thing I haven't had an issue with yet is my engine. And everybody tells me this engine is crap. It's not. I have the same issues with this truck as everybody has with everybody else's truck. Emission systems. And occasional, you know, alternator, radiator, things of that nature. But, you know, anytime you go in the shop, you're losing revenue. If you're not making money, if your truck's not rolling, you're not making money. But, like I said, you have more freedom to come and do as you please. You know, if you want to take a month off work, you have the finances in your bank to cover everything, because bills don't stop just because you don't work or because your truck's in the shop. You still have truck payments to make. You still have health insurance to pay. You still have household bills that's got to come out. You know, you got to pay yourself. You know, still have lease agreement fees with your company. Like, I pay $173 a week to Oakley for my base plates, my truck insurance, my pre-pass, my geotab, all that stuff. If you're leased to a company that you're pulling their trailer and you have a lease payment with them on trailer, that's still got to get paid. That's at least one thing here at Oakley. I don't have to pay for my trailer. They provide it free of charge. So, but I usually got it set up to where when I know I'm going to be taking off, I got money in the bank to cover everything. And honestly, I work less now than I did as a company driver. But make sure, you and your partner are on board. If you're married, if your husband or your wife doesn't think you should own a truck, that's something y'all might want to talk about, because if your partner ain't happy, they're going to make your life miserable. You just show up one day and say, "Hey honey, I bought a truck." You might be living in that truck permanently. Who knows? So, make sure your family's on board. Because I'll tell you what, it's not we're going to go home and take our break and sit around the house and do nothing. Well, no, there's always stuff that takes priority on the truck. Not always, but a lot of times. I mean, if you're like me, you grease your truck every couple of weeks. You got to clean out the inside. Might be some maintenance seals you got to fix. You might have some parts that you've been putting off on getting put on in the shop so you can get home to put them on, where you didn't have to pay $200 in labor charges. So it takes away from some family time too. This is your business. This is what creates your money. Sometimes it has to take priority. Most of the time, I try to get most of my stuff done out on the road if I'm doing a 34 out on the road. Sometimes it just has to wait till I get home. So, ask yourself why. Why do I want to do this? And is it worth it? And is everybody on board? Well, if you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments. Send me an email. Like and subscribe. This is part of a series. I'll have another put out here in another few days. Y'all have a great evening.